everybody, my name is Beck. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. So it is another month. Did I end up reading last month's TBR? We will find out in my next video. But today I'll be talking through all the books that I want to read in the month of May. And will I actually read it? Stay tuned next month. Listen, if you are a returning subscriber, there might be some repeats, and it's not my intention. As you can probably tell, there's a Nintendo Switch and a couple of games there. I do like to play video games, and I have a full-time job that I have to go to the office like 5 days a week, and I have to wake up really early and come home quite late because of commute. And I don't know about you, I get exhausted after work, and I still have the audiobook loan for I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jennette McCurdy, the memoir that was like really popular for the last couple of months. If there is random pauses in this video, I'm just like cutting out the noises from the background. So if it's a bit messy, that's why. Apologies in advance. I still have the audiobook loan. I still got like a couple of days left, and I would like to finish it. I tried reading this on the train to work, but I am just not a morning person, and the last thing I want to do is like read a physical book. So I did try to close my eyes and actually listen to the audiobook, and I have this in my backpack, and it just doesn't work out. I'm more of for this type of book, I need to be stationary at home and just be in a certain mood to read it. I feel like I ramble a lot in these videos, and I forget what it's like to film a video because I only do it like once a month and in bulk, and this is what I get. So the second book that I really want to read is Second First Impression by Sally Vaughan. I think it's like the best time to read during the morning and in the afternoon, like to and from work, because it's about a 40-minute trip one way. So yeah, I could be reading this. So I tried reading this in the morning, it didn't work, and by the end of the day I just like I zone out on the train. It's like my second book that I tried to like bring on my daily commute to work to read, and it didn't work out. I managed to read about 3 pages, and I did like a vlogging series which I would try to post, and this book was featured in it. I did read just maybe a page, maybe 2 pages at most, but I'm currently on the 4th page of this book. I think my neighbor's about to throw a party, so I really have to wrap things up, and I was planning to film a little bit more videos, but at the rate it's going, I need to speed it up. So the 2 physical books that I really want to read is Second First Impressions by Sally Vaughan and the memoir by Jennette McCurdy. Listen, I know it's a repeat, and I say listen a lot, and I say these things a lot. I'm embarrassed of myself. I have taken out like certain books out of my rotations because every single month for the past couple of months I've been saying I will read them, and what do I end up doing? Not reading them. So I'm too embarrassed to like show it again until I really am dedicated and forced to read them. So you won't be seeing them anytime soon. If this is your first time watching a video of mine, feel free to comment down below, hold me accountable, and be shocked by the time I actually end up reading a book that I'll say I'll read in the next month when I do a wrap-up videos. That is why I don't do wrap-up videos, because I just don't end up following these videos. This is like a suggestion list, okay? I might read them, I might not read them. Who knows? But anyway, let's move on to Kindle Unlimited on my Kindle. So I have a couple of books that I like to read because my subscription does end on the 7th of May. Maybe then I will actually start reading all the physical books that I own. This is a new pile. I haven't even shown it in the video yet. I said I'm going to film it today, but hopefully if it doesn't get too noisy at the rate we're going, I would end up filming it. And because my lights are beginning to dim, because I do use lights to film these videos, and it's like late in the afternoon, it's like almost 5 p.m. I need to like film before everything just like runs out of battery and the party starts. Do I have all 20 books on my Kindle Unlimited? Am I going to end up reading all of them? The answer is no, because I know myself very well, but I do own a couple of the audiobooks for some of them, so I have some of it listed high priority. There is a book that I really want to read by Ruby Dixon. It's coming out on the 7th of May, and that is when my Kindle Unlimited expires. So the thing is, I did subscribe around like 9 p.m. at night, and the book is going to come out early morning at midnight. So I'm going to need to download that book, and I'm going to read it quickly so Ruby can get my money from the Kindle Limited pages read. I'm just going to have to like speed read a whole bunch of these because I do want to like financially support these authors. Every page counts towards like how much they get paid. I don't know the complete logistics behind Kindle Unlimited, but I know it counts by pages. Can't like exactly flip them really quickly because they don't count, and in fact like authors get a penalty if you do that. So just read it at your normal speed or just don't read it at all because it does like financially affect them. But there are some books that I have top priority on my Kindle Limited I want to read first. One of them is I Hate, I Bake, and I Don't Date, a romantic comedy by Alina Jacobs. I downloaded it simply because it was a cartoon cover, which I don't hate. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I don't mind cartoon covers because I don't like real men covers. I prefer cartoon covers and discreet covers. I do have like Auction to the Alien Beast by Michelle Mills. The tick is covering the author's like name, so apologies in advance if it's incorrect. I still have like Ruby Dixon's like Rajal's Resonance. I'm not really into the Ice Planet Barbarian side of the story. I want to read the Ristaverse. This is the one that I mentioned. Like Ruby Dixon has a book coming out on the 7th of May. I will read it because I love Ristaverse and it's a novella. I can do it. I'm gonna read it on the train. Fun fact, you know some people actually read over my shoulders. Another reason why I don't like reading out in public because some people really stick their heads and invade my personal space. I know I'm in a public space, but you know there are boundaries where some people just like, I don't encourage that kind of behavior, and I usually sit in the corner and I'm purposely hiding away, but they still find a way to look at me. You would think like I'm a random stranger, you're a random stranger. You wouldn't, maybe like they're bored on the train, so they just end up reading over my shoulders, and if they do, they're just gonna get surprised. I don't know, in a good way or in a bad way. I do have Ensnared by Tiffany Roberts. I have the audiobook. I'm halfway done. In fact, I think I fell asleep and the book is marked as 100%. So I'm kind of lost between, I think I'm at the 40% mark. So I have to like go back and find out where I actually was because yeah, I fell asleep. Don't know where I was. I feel like I should have filmed this on Anzac Day, which is a public holiday here in Australia, but unfortunately I was too lazy. And I decided, you know what, I have Saturday and Sunday. I did not expect people to throw a party on Sunday, and I waited and I thought today was the time. But unfortunately everybody is deciding to like hang out and chill on a Sunday night, and I don't want to listen in to their conversation, and I don't really want to record it in the space, and it's my fault that my walls are really thin and I can hear the conversation. And I think it's because they're speaking in a different dialect. I'm Chinese for those of you who don't know, and I can understand more than one dialect. Even though my main dialect is Cantonese, I can understand a lot. It might take me time to like sink in to listen, but I understand. And I think there's like switching the languages, and I'm like, unfortunately I can understand and I feel really bad. So I don't know if I should wait or continue, and the lights are out, so I'm doomed for. Anyway, another book that I really want to read. It's really awkward as well because certain books I'm talking about, I'm a very open-minded person, but I don't know about anybody else. So if you're new to me, I do read about all sorts of things, but mainly romance. And another book that I really want to read in the month of May is The Inheritance by Cassie Cole. It is a why choose romance, and it has something to do with like money and power. I don't know, I saw it, it's a cartoon cover, it looked cute enough, seemed interesting. I think I quickly read the blurb and I was like, this is it, I'm going to read this book. And another book that I really want to finish is Coach by Devney Perry. I have some of her books. I bought the audiobook. It had really good ratings. I really want to like start and finish one of her books. I have like a whole bunch of her backlist. I think I bought the entire Eden series. I don't exactly know what it's called, but I have it. But I'm just gonna start with this one. It's the latest release. Single father trope, and it just seemed really sweet. That's also like the only contemporary romance that I'm kind of remotely interested in that I actually bought the audiobook, and it was on Kindle Limited. And because it was on Kindle Limited and I bought it, and the audiobook was a lot cheaper. I also have Does It Hurt by H.D. Carlton. I have it on my Kindle Limited for a very long time. I keep re-downloading it. The audiobook is finally out, so I bought it. I heard mixed reviews with this one, and I heard of the controversy behind it. I'm very intrigued. I've seen like several popular YouTubers talk about it and do like reading vlogs about it. I don't know if I should do that. I think I'm finally going to start it because I have the audiobook, and that is motivation enough. But I had trouble downloading the audiobook on my Android, and I do have like my iPhone because I interchanged between 2 phones because of work stuff. I did try to start the book, but unfortunately for me, it just wouldn't work on the Android, which I had on the day. Now that I have downloaded on my iPhone, I think I'm gonna start reading it because I'm very intrigued, but I'm also paranoid because I don't want to read it in public in case I whip out my AirPods and certain scenes get like, it has happened before. I don't know about you. Maybe you roll down your windows in the car and it's like blasting a really spicy scene out in public and people can hear it, or like your AirPods just like runs out of battery and then this turns up to max volume and everybody can hear it at the most spiciest scene. I don't know about you, but it has happened once, but at least there was nobody around me. It was just me. I would have to probably read that book in my own house. What is the book about? Does it hurt? It's a dark romance, and I really want to like continue with the Psycho Fae series because they released like some of the audiobooks, and the 5th book, I think it is the 5th book, that's coming out sometime in July. I think now is the time to pick it up again by Jasmine Maas. I have read the first book and I read it without the audiobook, so I was like reading on the Kindle Unlimited. I have very mixed reviews about it. It's a Fae Why Choose romance between 3 other mythical creatures. 3 mythical, yeah, they're called mythical creatures. Let's call it, it's paranormal romance. It's great, it's fun. Anyway, I think I've rambled long enough, but I have 3 more books that I really want to read. I have 3 books from NetGalley, well technically 2 because I requested the ebook and the audiobook of The Book Proposal by KJ, I don't know how to say your last name, but it's here. I'll put it here. And I also have Unfortunately Yours by Tessa Bailey, which is like 2nd book of the series, which is Secretly Yours. I got approved of the first arc. I didn't like the first book of the series. I heard like the 2nd book, Unfortunately Yours, I almost gave a review on a book I haven't read yet. Unfortunately Yours by Tessa Bailey is a lot better. For the most part, I don't think I have ever liked a Tessa Bailey book, but I keep going back. But since this is an arc, I feel more inclined to read it. I'm curious about it, but I have it on my list. But like I said, I requested The Book Proposal on audio and on ebook format, so I will be reading the ebook alongside with the audiobook format. I feel kind of bad for doing this, but I thought I got rejected for one of them, so I requested them both. You know what? At least when I finish the book, I can review both of them at the same time. I can review the audiobook performance and I could also review the ebook. It seems like it's a second chance romance kind of ordeal, which isn't exactly my most favorite, but it talks about the main female protagonist being a hot mess, and that I can relate, so I will be reading that. So these are all the hopeful books that I will be reading in the month of March. In the month of May. I'm hoping. Gosh, not March. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you have anything you'd like to say to me or any upcoming recommendations, any upcoming new releases you'd like to let me know, leave it down below. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more content from me. Hit the bell for notifications, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!